Hi guys, I'm here with a couple of 8.5 by 11 layouts, and so I'm using the Scraptastic Club January kit. What is it called here? Hazy Shade of Winter. So I'm using the main kit and the add-on, and this is the cut file here. I'm pretty sure that's the January cut file. I probably should have double checked that, but I'm pretty sure that it is. So I'm just using my brayer to get it down, stuck down pretty good. And what happened here is when I was taking this cut file off of my mat, I guess I was a little bit sloppy and I ripped some of the beautiful centers of some of the snowflakes. So I couldn't end up putting my photo and embellishments where I really wanted them, but I really like this navy paper quite a bit, and I wanted this color combo. So I didn't want to recut it on another paper, so I'm just kind of making it work. And I end up liking it in the end, even though it's not quite what I had in mind. You know, you got to kind of go with it sometimes. So I'm going with the flow here with this. And so I just glued down the center of the photos because I like it when they're curved, right? And so here I put that adhesive backed fun foam, a strip on the top and on the bottom of the photo, and then it gives it that curve. I know it's hard to see here, but in real life you can see that there's a bend to it. And then that tab is just a silhouette cut file. It's just, I got all kinds of office stuff cut files, and so I just cut out a tab with it. And then I'm going to get the little foam dots behind that snowflake. And this geotag is, I can't decide where I'm going to put it there either. Wow. Okay, there it's down. That's just a little die that I have, but you could easily find one in the Silhouette store or with your Cricut or whatever. It's just a geotag, but I thought it would be good for this layout because this is my better half. He just went on a little trip, and he was playing with his snow donkey, which I'll get back to in a minute and explain what that is for those that don't know. So here's the second page, kind of more of a companion page than I'd say two-page layout. I don't know. I don't like my two-page layouts too matchy. I'm using all of the same, obviously, like the same papers, but in a different way, so they're kind of the same but different. That's kind of how I think of my two-page layouts. And so I'm using that navy paper, so I put the 12 by 12 sheet on my silhouette mat, and I put an 8.5 by 11 square on my mat, and then I centered the cut file, the snowflake cut file, so that I would end up with a nice thick border like this, and this part would be usable, and it would already be at the size that I need, so I wouldn't have to center things or anything like that. So I'm just getting a couple of the strips up at the top. I've got a gray, white, navy, and craft combo going here. And I like the little touch of craft in with it. I really like that with the navy and the white. And so I used that little polka dot paper because to me it looked like a whole bunch of falling snow. And so this one here, I'm going to show you the photos. Well, they zoom by pretty quick, but this trip he went playing in the mountains in the snow, and so what he's riding is his dirt bike, and so he got a kit quite a few years back now, and you take your tires off of your dirt bike and you put a snow ski on the front and you put the track on the back, and so it's more nimble than riding, I call them skidoos, sleds, whatever you call them. And they maneuver really nicely. I mean, I'm getting all this from him. I haven't been on the thing. I have no interest of going on this contraption. But the idea behind it sounds valid to me when he explained it. So he really enjoys it. And so I'm getting my great big title down. And so I like that it's white on white because those letters are really huge. I love them. They're really super fun. But I don't usually use titles that scream, you know, here's my title. I'd kind of blend them in usually, or they're smaller. Because I find on an 8.5 by 11 page, it just kind of takes over everything. And I don't want the title to take center stage, right? So I cut the donkey on my silhouette. I don't remember what font it was, but it was just like a scripty font, and I just welded it together and cut it out. And so I think on the video here it's looking white, but it's actually the gray paper. And I glued just the center of it as well because I'm going to bend things up a little later here. So I just got some. I grabbed 2 or 3 glue dots and put that badge down. The badges are really pretty in this kit as well, and like perfect for this layout because that blue one that you'll see later on, it has mountains on it, so it's perfect. So I'm playing around with this because I couldn't actually remember the placement that I had going earlier. And so I'm trying to place those so that it kind of connects everything. And so I'm trying to go over different layers so that it looks all connected. And so here, I switched things up. I put them side by side here so that you could see them side by side. And so this is what I mean by the same but different. You know, I mean, each page can stand on its own. But when they're side by side in the album, they complement each other. And so I really like that for a 2-page layout. And so I'm going to get a bunch of these enamel dots on here, and I'm going to dab them in the centers of the snowflakes. And here I'm going to fold up the donkey word, and then you get a little shadow, right? And then you can read it a little better, and it just gives a bit of dimension. And so I'm going to do the same thing with the giant letters here. I'm going to put a bunch of my little homemade pop dots under them there. And yeah, and the photos as well, because I really like my photos. I like I print them at home, and then I like cutting them out with a white border around them. And so I'm not tired of that look, it seems. I've been doing that for quite a while, and I'm still not tired of it. So I'm going to continue with the white border. And I think that's about it for this one. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.